Welcome to Cory's Stories. Are you ready to meditate with Cory? Hi, my little friends. Do you love the Heidi, Cherry, and Vaya stories that I make here on YouTube? If you want exclusive stories that you can't get here and you want to join the Cat Club, follow the link down below that says Cat Club, Patron, and you'll find out all the details about how to join the club. Enjoy the meditation, guys. Are you ready to meditate with Cory? Make sure that you're laying in your bed and you're wearing your comfortable pajamas. Everything is just right in your room so that you can relax your body and let go of your busy day. Heidi, Cherry, and Vaya had gone to the library. Heidi had decided she wanted to be an author. She wanted to write her own books. Cherry and Vaya were being very supportive. They'd gone to the library with her so that she could study different books and get some research. Her first book was going to be about reading auras. When Heidi told Vaya and Cherry this, Cherry was very excited. OMG, that's so mystical and magical and so exciting. I'm really excited. I'm excited, but at the same time I have some questions. First question, what's an aura? Don't know why I'm so excited when I don't even know what an aura is. So funny. I'm so funny. I'm just so hilarious. Heidi said, that is funny, Cherry. Actually, your aura is the energy field around you, and people can learn to see other people's or other animals' auras. How cool is that? In fact, everything on Earth has an aura. Like a mountain has an aura, a rock has an aura, an apple has an aura. Everything has an aura. Everything has an energy field around it. Cherry said, so smart. You're so smart, Heidi, so smart. Vaya said, Can I have an aura? Heidi said, yes, you can, and yes, you already do. Vaya said, is my aura purple? Heidi said, well, that's what my book's all about. It's about how you can read people's auras, what you have to do to train yourself to be able to read them, and what the different colours mean. Ooh, said Vaya, so exciting. And what are we doing here at the library? Why are we here? Heidi said she needed some different books. She needed a book that was about the energy of colours and what each colour meant and how each colour had its own message. She knows that there's books already out there about that. But she wanted to get the book so she could read it and then interpret the auras herself and teach a simple way that animals and children and anyone else can do it if they want to learn to read auras. Cherry said, this is just so cool. OMG, I'm going to be able to magically read what people's colours are. I'm going to be able to look at the colours and go, oh, Jeffrey, you're so kind. Oh, Thomas, you're so loving. Oh, Edward, you're so angry. Could I do that? Could I do that? Heidi said, yes, you can. You can do all of those things. But what's interesting is what I've learned through my research. Auras, the energy field around your body, changes all the time. So one minute, Jeffrey could look kind, but then, if he's in a bad mood and you look at his aura when he's in a bad mood, you might think he's mean or angry because his colours will be different. But my point is, the colours change all the time. They don't stay the same. How fascinating is that? Said Heidi. Oh, this is very complex. Very complicated. It's very deep. What made you want to write about auras for your first book? Couldn't you just write about baking cookies or something? You know, something simple like fishing, going for a walk in the park, maybe the best way to swing on a swing. Why are you reading? Auras seem so deep and so complex. Heidi said, well, you know, it's something I'm really interested in. And it's something that I really enjoy learning about. So if you're going to write a book, you might as well write it about something that you're passionate about. I'm not really passionate about the best way to swing on a swing, Cherry. That doesn't really suit me, don't you think? Cherry said, no, you're right. You're right. It would suit me, though, because I know the best way to ride on a swing. Did you know that you have to keep your legs really straight when you're going up, and then when you come down, you bend them? Did you know that? And when you bend them, you have to make this noise. Bend! 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 And then when you straighten them, you have to go straight! 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 Vaya said, I've never done that on a swing. I just just swing. I do bend my legs in and out, but I don't make that sound. Heidi started laughing because she knows, even though she doesn't really like swinging on swings, that you don't have to make that sound. Cherry could sense that that's what Heidi was thinking. I'm a mind reader, you know. Maybe you should write a book about being mind readers, because I'm a really good example of a mind reader, and I just read your mind, Heidi, and I sensed that you were thinking that you don't need to make that sound. Well, let me give you the facts, because I've done some research. When you bend your legs and straighten your legs and bend your legs and straighten your legs, yes, you do get good results, but not as good as when you say bend and straight. For some reason, there's more oomph in your movement. And that oomph, that extra bit of oomph, actually makes you be a better swinger. So there. Heidi didn't have the evidence to argue with her because she'd never actually tried saying bend and straight when she was on a swing. So, really, for all she knew, Cherry could actually be right, but she didn't know. So she let the topic drop. Sorry, Cherry, she said. Moving on, let's go to the section of the library that's all about colours. We're looking for a book that gives you the meanings of colours. I didn't know that colours had meanings, said Cherry. What do you mean? Like, give me an example. Because I might be looking in a book that's about colours and it's just talking about which colour suits your face rather than which colour means what. Heidi said, okay, take red. Red is a colour that means action. It's a colour with passion, right? Because it's red love hearts. And it's also represented with love, right? Because we use it for Valentine. So people sometimes look at red and think about that. But red is quite an angry colour because of all the passion in it. So red can mean anger also. And red can also mean danger, like stop. You know how stop signs are red? That's what I mean. OMG, said Cherry. So complex. So much depth and information just about one colour. That's absolutely berserk. That's bazonkers. That's absolutely unbelievable, unbelievably ridiculously long. Cherry said, just bear with me. I'm trying to get my own language. I've decided, right, that I have some really cool words. Some really amazing words, right? Oh my gosh. It just came to me. Heidi, You could be my author. You could write a book about me. You could write a book about all my Cherry's language. And what I'm doing, right, I'm practicing these different words. I'm practicing different words that could mean their own thing that have never been said before. So sometimes when I do it, I sound a bit like an alien. I'm all right with that. I like aliens. Sometimes I seem like I bang my head or something and I don't quite know what I'm talking about. I'm kind of all right with that too because, let's face it, I do sound like I banged my head sometimes because, I'm so individual. I'm so, like, what would you say? Just unusual. I'm like my own flavour, right? So I thought, Cherry, you're your own flavour. Why wouldn't you have your own language? Heidi said, that makes total sense. It would be a really good book. Right? Kind of like a dictionary, I'm thinking. And then next to every word that I make up, you can put the actual meaning. Heidi said, definitely. That will be my next book. But for now, let's find a book on colours. They all started to search the different levels and different shelves and different aisles and all the different places that they were in this library. It was a very big library. It had long aisles with hundreds and maybe thousands of books. Even though they asked at the front desk where colour books would be, they still got a little bit lost. But eventually, they found the book. The perfect book that Heidi needed. She was very excited. She carried it close to her chest, and then they got the book signed out on the way out of the library. When they got home, Cherry said, I've been thinking about this, right? I've been thinking about it. How do you read an aura? How do you see them? Because I've not been seeing any on my way home, I must admit. I've been looking around everyone and everybody just looks totally normal to me. Heidi said, it's best to practice and practice and practice. And when you're practicing, try and look at someone or something with a white or a plain wall behind them. Ah, said Cherry, that's the problem. Things were moving way too fast when we were coming home in the car. I get it. Okay, so, Vaya, do me a favour. Go sit over by that wall, that plain white wall over there. Go sit over there, go sit over there. Vaya went over to the wall and sat down. She closed her eyes and yawned, and Cherry screamed, Ah! I can only see your mouth! Obviously, she could only see Vaya's mouth because Vaya was a big white fluff ball, and she just disappeared into the white wall. That was so funny. That was so funny. Trying to see your aura, you actually disappeared. All I saw was your pink tongue and your little teeth and your pink roof of your mouth. It was so funny. All right, now, no, this is not going to work. You need to go and go over to that yellow wall over there, and then at least you'll stand out. My golly goodness me, you just completely disappeared. Vaya was laughing as she walked over to the yellow wall and went and sat down. That's much better, said Cherry. Right, now, let me focus. Cherry was going buzz-eyed. Heidi said, you don't have to go buzz-eyed. You have to focus on Vaya, stare at her, and let your eyes relax. And let them go just a little bit fuzzy, like a little bit as if everything around is going a little bit furry, a little bit blurry. Which one? Said Cherry. Heidi said, just try all of them. Cherry started to close her eyes, open her eyes, squint her eyes, relax her eyes. Her eyes went buzz-eyed. One went up to the ceiling, one went down to the floor. She was having a bit of a hard time with it. Oh, I'm getting headache. Heidi said, you just have to practice. Practice. Heidi said, I'll show you what I do. She sat down and started staring at Vaya. Her eyes relaxed. And then before you know it, Heidi started to see like a white line, a white light around Vaya. And then, the more she stared, the light changed into colours, and she saw purple all around Vaya. And then she announced, "Your aura's purple right now." Vaya said, "Oh, that's so nice. I love purple. It's one of my favourite colours. What does purple mean?" Purple means you have a very healing energy, very royal. "Oh, that's nice," said Vaya. "I think I am that, yes." Cherry said, "Do me! Do me!" Cherry went and sat next to the yellow wall and stayed really still. Heidi relaxed her eyes and started to stare at Cherry. She saw the white light first, and then she saw greens and blues and all different colours around Cherry. When she told Cherry what the green and the blue and all the different colours meant, Cherry was like, "Yeah, I knew it. That's so me, because I'm so many different flavours, I'm so many different personalities, so many different talents, so many things I'm so good at. I'm not surprised my aura's like a rainbow. Ah, I knew it. I knew I was special." Heidi said, "The thing is, this is where it kind of gets a little bit complicated. Even though your eyes are open, you see auras through your third eye." "What?" said Cherry. Heidi said, "Yeah, you know, your third eye in the middle of your forehead. Your eye, your inner sight, you know, your third eye chakra." "Oh," said Cherry. Like what Cory talks about in her meditations about chakras. I get it. So you have your eyes open, but at the same time you're using your inner sight as well, and it's your inner sight that sees the colours?" "Yes," said Heidi. "You are smart." "I know, right? I know. I can't help myself. Sometimes I'm like, thank goodness they don't have schools for cats, because everyone else would feel so inferior next to me, because I'm just so smart, so brainy, so talented, so beautiful, so much everything, aren't I really? I can't help it." Heidi and Vaya started laughing. By the time they got home, they all went upstairs. Heidi started to read a book in bed. Cherry and Vaya brushed their teeth and laid on the bed with her. She read the book to them for a while, and then eventually Vaya fell asleep first, and then Cherry second. After another 15 minutes, Heidi got super tired and put her book down. She snuggled into her sisters and eventually fell fast asleep, dreaming about auras and rainbows and all the different colours in the world. The end.